Everyone, hope you all are doing good. Today, I'm going to explain about layout systems in UI Builder. So what is layouts in UI Builder? How do we create the layouts? How do we use the layouts in the UI Builder? And what is the purpose of layouts and how many types of layouts available in the UI Builder? So let's see. Log into your system or customer instance. Okay. So before I go to like a demo, practical demo, let me explain like what is the layouts and what are the types of layouts available. Okay. So let me open a notepad. So layouts is nothing but the how your UI builder pages are designed and organized. Okay. So the first step is to configuring a new page that we did in the previous section. So now in the UI page we need to build a layout. Okay, so that nothing but, so for example, you want to show some reports or you want to show some dash anything like user profile or teams organization, team structure or something like that. Okay, in the UI builder page. Okay, something you want to show. Okay, so you want to show, but how you want to show? You have to define some layouts. Okay, so without this layouts, you cannot show any content in the UI builder. So you need to define the layouts. So for this layouts, we have different kind of layouts, like a basic layout, we will say. Okay, like we have single row, single column, two columns, three columns, six column, 1 by 2 column, or something. There are so many of basic layouts. Okay, that is pre-configured. We call it as a pre-configured pre-configured column layout, we'll say. Okay, pre-configured column layout. Another one is like advanced layouts. Okay, advanced. So there are two types of advanced layouts. Okay, so one it is called flex box layout, and another one it is CSS grid layout. Okay, so how do we configure all these layouts in the UI page? Okay, how do we configure the basic layouts? How do we add it? How do we add Flexbox? How do we add the CSS grid? All these things we are going to learn now. Okay, so now so let's go to UI Builder. UI Builder. So in the previous sections, we created UI pages, okay, for different, there is a Naim UI page we created, Naim workspace we created it from the, okay, so all these things we created. So let's open some Naim, okay, UI page. Okay, so this is like new experience. We created a new experience, or UI page we call it. Okay, so if I open the home layout, you see there is a landing page called home layout. So if I open this home layout, and you see there are some happening now, it's like task, unassigned task, critical task, all these things are there, body. Okay, so if I click on this one, okay, so I'm not able to click, okay, because I am not able to edit it because I am in global scope, but this is in the variant is in Naim. Okay, so this is like in Naim's scope. Okay, so let change the application scopes to Naim and reload it now. So now see, if you have edit options, that means that you have the pink border, or okay, so that is a border. Okay, so if I click on this is an okay layout. The blue one is called an layout, and the pink one is called an the body. I mean the main page. Okay, so you can see here if I click on preview. Okay, you can see the preview, all these things. So all these things is like some kind of dashboard. It is added automatically when we created some experience in the application from the App Engine Studio. We created this one, so that's the reason it is created automatically. So if I go back, if I go to experience, okay, so I can select. I have created some default pages also. Okay, so NS page to NS admin page or something like that. If I go to admin page, okay, so here this is fully empty. Okay, but here one thing I have added that I can delete it, I can remove it. Okay, I can delete this one. Okay, so this is an, let's see, empty page. How do we add layouts? Okay, how do we add layouts? So we have different options. We have different options like which one we need to, which layout we need to add. So there are first option is like if I click on plus add content here in the body. Okay, so you will get the layouts and components. So now the first thing is, this is our section is like what are the layouts, how do we add it? So I said like basic layouts, like say basic layouts, we have single column, two column, side panel left, okay, side panel right, three column, side panel, six columns, four columns, all these are layouts. And in advanced we have like flex box and grid box. Okay, so if you click on I, it will explain you what is Flexbox. Flexbox is a container with vertical or horizontal layout structure, which is an advanced layout that is more configurable and flexible. Okay, so I can show you later how do we add it. Okay, for example, I will add it two column. Let's see, three column layouts. We will add it. So you see three column layouts added. Okay, so if I want to go back, oh, unfortunately I have added three column layouts. I want to add two column layouts only. Okay, so you can go back to undo your requirement. Okay, and you can add it. Click on this one and two column layout. No, I want three column layout only. So then what you can do is only you can do is like a simple list deleted or all these things. Okay, but you can do one more step back and again do it again. Okay, so this way you can add the default layout, and you can see this one is at the rate default. Okay, at the rate default it is showing. So you can add the add component here. If you click on add component in the layouts, I can add three column layout again from here also. Okay, from here also I can add it. So if I want to add more columns, like for this column layout, if I click on this one, okay, so if I want to add before or add after, and I want single column, so single column layout is added. So you can see the single column layout, and this is three column layout is added. So if I want to go back, I can go back and do it. So add component in the column one. This is the column one. If I click on the here, it will be highlighted. If I click on the body, the whole body is highlighted. If I click on the column layout, the column layout, whole column layout is highlighted. Okay, so if I click on column 2, the only column 2 is highlighted. Inside the column 2, if I click on add component, so you can add the components like um, activity stream, agent chart, questions, avatar. Okay, for example, if I add avatar, okay, uh, so this avatar is added here. Okay, so some kind of avatar it is. Okay, so for what kind of avatar I don't know. So navigate to this is here. If you see here, okay, this is if I click on here, and this is navigation. If I click on this one, click on avatar or click on column layout one. Column layout one is like column layout this one. Click on avatar means avatar here. Okay, yeah, from avatar you can add more like more components also. Like for example, if I add some kind of badge, okay, so badge is added here. Okay, so if you see in the column two, okay, you have added two components I have added. Okay, so let's go back, roll back. roll back. Now everything is same. Okay, so if I want to add one more column layout from here, I can add it, or if I select this one and I can add it. Okay, and here you can adjust the width of the column layout also. Okay, and here in the left hand, so you remember this is called a tree. Okay, this is called a tree, and this is called a stage, and this is called a configuration panel. In the configuration panel, okay, so you have 3 columns. If I can add 6 columns also. Okay, and I can add 2 columns also. I can remove it and add 2 columns. Okay, so I can customize this, use theme property also. I can use the theme property. What are the theme property? And column gap also I can add it. The difference between the column gap is there, right? So I can add it. Okay, so if I add it, like double XL, I see more line. Okay, so like L lesser space, column gap. Okay, so I can add background color, I can add border, I can add spacing, accessibility. Okay, so to whom we need to show the accessibility. Okay, so these are all kind of all different things. Okay, complex visibility. Okay, to whom we can show this one or whom we not show. So all these things we can add it. Okay, test values true, component series in false, component visible. Okay, so like that. Okay, so if you want to adjust the columns, you can adjust the column. Okay, so like that. So each column layout, you can fill it out, or you have to save this one. Okay, so if I click on the body, you can see in the config label, what is the label of this body? Okay, some text I will add it. Okay, some text. See label I have added. Okay, so scroll bar is like vertical scroll bar or horizontal scroll bar or both. You need. Okay, so it's like this or like this or what scroll bars you have to add all these things. You can get it. Header level 1. Okay, require parameters is table. All these things so we can have page that is page configuration. So we add it. And styles if you want to add margins, background if you want to click events. Okay, for example, if we add some components called button, if I click on button, okay, what should happen? So that logic will can write in the events, all these things. Okay, so like that. Okay, so add component or something like that. Okay, so for example here, okay, here I will add one component called QA analysis. Okay, so QA analysis I have added, and here I will add one component called some kind of calendar I will add. Okay, for an example only I am showing you calendar I have added. Okay, 2 columns layout we have added. Okay, so you can see calendar one, what is there, what is inside that one, what all the things are available, all these things here is available. Okay. So now I will add another column. Now the flex box. If I click on flex box, okay, so there is nothing like this is itself a container. There is nothing like 1 column layout or 2 column layout or something column layout. Okay, so if I click on add components, okay, flex box is there. Okay, so you can see the direction. Okay, row like this. Okay, from left to right or column direction like this. Okay, like this. For example, if I add this one, okay, and if I started to add a component called action bar, okay, so it will add here. Okay, so if I add a component called activity stream, so it will add. So it's going like adding like this. Okay, that because it is, I think it is. So if I click on the container, okay, so if you select non-configuration component and it is like it is selected like a column layout, I think. So row layout. For example, if I go back one, Okay, and the container, where is container? Column layout. Okay, click on this container layout. So you have some templates, you can use it. Okay, and none configuration component manual. I will add manually. Okay, so I will add manually. So I will add like components. Okay, layout, sizing, spacing, add before, add after. Okay, duplicate. If you want to make duplicate, you can add it. Okay, so for example, the action bar is added. So I will add before or add after. Add after I will add some alert. So it is added this side. So now if I click on this one, okay, and agent assist. So it is added like this. So the reason because it is adding like that is um, is in the styles, it is adding direction like that. Okay, if I go back, roll back, roll back. Okay, so if I click on this container, okay, and click on none, okay, and go to styles, and if I click direction down, okay, direction down. So then if I add after, okay, activity stream, it's going adding down. Okay, so you see like this it is adding. Okay, so whatever you add the components, it go like in column wise or in this direction. Okay, so it's like that. And you can also align like flex, okay, grow, shrink, custom, okay, or you can also alignment that stretch, okay, how it should be like from this side, or alignment of the text, or alignment of the wording, or alignment. For example, if I click on this one, okay, so if we have something like that, then none configuration manually, so styles. Okay, so in the center, okay, you see here the action bar is moving from left to right, or left to right, or in between, or from right to left, all these things. You can adjust the sizing, width, height, okay, all these things. Spacing, background color, border color, and you can also edit the view and edit the CSS. You can write the CSS variables also here. Okay, so all these kind of things. Okay, for example, if I go back, go back, and if I delete this container, I can delete the container, total container, I can delete it. Okay, so I can delete this container layout also. I can delete this container layout also. So total everything is deleted. And if I add some grid layout, okay, in the grid layout, and I will add manually component. So in the grid layout, you can add two columns, three columns. Okay, two columns like this. Okay, you can delete two columns or three columns. I can add three columns also. Okay, so you can see column one, column two, column three. If I add like this, it will add three columns, two columns are like this. Okay, so you can add six columns or four columns. So it's like in the one container, you can add three columns and two rows. Okay, or you can add three rows or four rows or five rows or six rows or seven rows, whatever rows it is. Okay, so you can add like that. Okay, so if I add like a component, okay, activity star, okay, plus uh, plus activity. So like this, it will fill. Okay, activity plus activity. See, like this, it will come like this, and like this, like this. So that depends upon the what you have filled. Okay, so this is about the activities layout, but in details we will learn like about the components. Okay, what kind of components are available? How do we add it? How do we show the data to the users? What kind of data we show? So we will see in the next upcoming section. Okay, but remember one thing: whenever you done the work, okay, click on save. okay, so that this will not disappear. Okay, if you don't click on save and you close the browser, and it will not show you whatever you have done. Okay, so make it impossible, like make it a habit that whenever you change something, click on save button. Like whenever you are creating some business rules, saving, right? It will not save automatic save, like something like that. Okay, so I hope you like the video. Okay, thank you, and we'll meet in the next section.